What is going on? I'm ZMOT again, coming to you in 4K, at least I hope. Again, thanks to all of you who threw code ZMOT in that creator boost, enabling me to get some new hardware, some new setup, and we will continue to push on in 4K. Now, one of the things that I did over the weekend was got my second account into Diamond. That is this one. It is using Rocket Choppas now. I wish I could show you the just absolute sea of red that I ran into over the weekend playing Boom Beach after a couple adult beverages, after riding about 100 kilometers on my bicycle was not a good idea in 30-degree heat. I don't even know how that works in Fahrenheit or in miles, but it was a ways. And so I lost a lot. So now that I am back in Diamond, I figured I'd show you some hits. Now, troop damage making all the difference in the world. If you can't win at the 6-engine room level, double checking there, with Rocket Choppas, do make sure you have at least 100% troop damage, 130% even better. Don't need bullet, and it's kind of surprising. The general feeling from what I've seen is that this deck is actually better. It seems to be slowing people down. I've only faced the bottom deck once and the top deck once, but I was definitely faster against that top deck with Rocket Choppas, which was a bit surprising. So if you're thinking about going 8, you might want to go through the top path and then come back to the bottom, which is exactly the opposite of what people were thinking. And that bottom path, my goodness, getting the Doom Cannon or the Shock Blaster, getting building damage, getting the shock launchers, and then what is my cat hearing? I hope you guys are hearing that chirping. Nonetheless, we are on a 4-game win streak. I will try and do my best to end that win streak. It's not, actually, I'm not trying to lose, it just trying to keep a win streak alive while recording on YouTube, while doing all the rest of the things doesn't tend to go well. This base gives me giant warning signs. The fact that they have 170% troop health, they are almost certainly going to be coming with Seekers, so I need to go very, very, very quickly. I'm going to come from this side. That should get us onto there. And now they don't have any boom cannons, so I definitely need to get moving. I'm going to throw all of my GBE onto that cannon. That way I can just get onto this engine room, and then we should be able to just skip on by, trying to get pathing as we just go. Like, just absolutely rushing all of these things, trying our darndest to get all of these engine rooms way faster than we probably should be, throwing shocks in behind, trying to keep those critters alive. We're going to throw an artillery there, trying to balance going fast and not screwing up. I do not do terribly well at balancing things. If you want your Rocket Choppas to target a specific building, oh, we don't even have to go fast. Okay, so we can just go slow now. Just gonna hang on out in this neighborhood, and we were gonna be fairly quick. Now we can just slow on down. Let's just get onto there. Throw a couple artillery. Like I was saying, if you want your Rocket Choppers to target a specific building, just throw an artillery on it. We probably could have got like a 254 if we really pushed. Didn't have to do so because Palfez fizzled in a big way. I haven't seen many people fizzle with 2 engine rooms left up, so that's not worth showing ya. GG Palfez. I wonder if that's something spelled backwards. Left. Nope, doesn't sound like it. Anyways, hopefully you guys are crushing it in the Diamond ranks. See, this is the one that people have been struggling with more. Boom Cannon back left, Boom Cannon back actually left, that's right. I don't know what it is about this. Anyways, we are going... Do I go around the corner? How much health does that have? I think it should have like, yeah, 90,000. That's a bunch and a bunch and a bunch of GBE. Now here is what I like to do with my Rocket Choppas. I like to flare them over to like the side here. get them in a straight line, and then we are just going to flare onto that cannon. Getting them in a straight line means we shouldn't have to throw a shock out there. Getting that engine room down without the need for a shock is going to help us in a big way later on in a second. Just need to get back here. Again, throwing the artillery on that cannon, and now our rocket choppas should target that before they target that mortar. That was totally unnecessary based on how things were laid out. But now we just need to stay north. This is sniper towers. Do not underestimate the power of sniper towers. Sniper towers are dangerous beasts. Now we just need to get you over there and get you back there, and we'll throw a shock in this neighborhood. We almost lost a rocket choppa just because of those sniper towers doing scary sniper tower-like things. I don't even know what I could be doing here, because this darn doom cannon is going to take out a couple of my troops if we let it. Let's just get all of our rocket choppas onto that decently. And again, sniper towers and boom cannons and all the rest. That back boom cannon, those right there, you see those guys? That is making a huge difference for us. We should be able to get those rifles back there. And then once the rifles have arrived, don't need to worry about anything else. Just getting engine room to engine room. We are going to be slow. 230 is what you need to win. But so far, doing all right based solely on what our opponent has done. We are just going to flare and go. Like I said, I have only faced that engine room layout one time, and we're going to get 2 minutes 3 seconds, which is probably not going to be fast enough, which is why I probably should have gone to 7 already. PEO, not the CEO, but the PEO. 1 second. Oof. So, that is the layout you probably want at the end. It seems like that nice wide ramp. I assumed it was bad, but it actually turns out to be good, as opposed to that narrow one up the top. I claimed I was down to 5 out of 6 on the chests yesterday and this morning. Had to get back in diamond to claim. Look at, is that? No, that's just a 6. Sorry, got a little bit excited there. Now, we are going to stay along this right-hand wall. I do like to use Kavan a little bit. We are going to drop him in here, but I'm going to get rid of that boom cannon right there, throwing 2 of those out there, and then getting the shock on the cannon just in the nick of time. Let's get rid of that gosh darn boom cannon, and now we should be able to just throw an artillery there, and then just flare back into this neighborhood, trying to use all of the tools that are available to us by getting that damage out there in very specific locations. Now, the problem is that all of our troops are actually outranging that cannon, so not doing ideal. But now that we are in this neighborhood, see that sniper tower and that cannon and all the rest of it. Let's get something out there to keep our troops going on autopilot. And now I have not seen a layout with that engine room so gosh darn far away, but we should just be able to chuck that right there. Should keep all of our dudes going as we flare onto there. And now don't have to worry too much about the cannon, but we're just going to clear it anyways, because that way we can just flare through it and not have to shock it. Shouldn't have to throw any GBE here. But we will pre-shock as soon as that thing's health gets fairly low. Throwing that next flare out, getting that next shock out, and then throwing all of our GBE onto that final engine room. And I told you 233 or 230 is the time you need. We ended up getting 228, which should be good enough for a win. Again, 7 engine rooms definitely has a bunch of advantages. My other account will be going 7, and Heavy Choppa Bombardiers. Seeing a lot of people using Heavy Choppas with Bombardiers, also seeing mechs with Bombardiers. If you haven't unlocked mechs or Heavy Choppas yet, do consider this Mega Scorcher as a potential for your meat shield to go up front. I haven't seen it yet, but it has the potential to be the meat shield that does not cost you negative nodes and is not terrible mechs. Mechs aren't that terrible. But see, this is exactly it. This is that skinny other ramp, which seems to be easier to beat. We shall find out here in a second. I am going to get 4 over here, 4 over here, and I meant to drop Kavan up closer, but it did not happen, which is less than ideal. So we are going to flare into this neighborhood, going to get some critters out there, a shock in there, and that should get all of our troops moving forwards with those critters to distract all of the things, or at least most of the things. I don't necessarily need all of the things, but most would be very, very useful. Speaking of distracting, where did Kavan go? See, there we go. That's why I wanted to drop him at the top of that ramp, trying to get some form of damage out of him, something useful out of him, and just not getting it in that instance. So now, just need to watch and get over into here. Let's throw a smoke across, not getting our troops into that smoke, unfortunately. And now, again, all of the critters on the machine gun so that it gets in the blind spot. Don't care about those mines at all. Probably don't actually want to hit any mines. And now getting on back here after that boom cannon is gone, getting onto that next engine room. And I have not done any thinking at all about that next engine room, so we're just going to have to clear all of this stuff, getting onto those 2 engine rooms at the exact same time. We are going to be decently quick here. You know what? Let's get going. Don't need to clear any more buildings. We've got enough gunboat energy. Now we just need to get a move on. We're going to throw a shock there. Why that ground flare is just to get them close enough so that I can get the flare on that final engine room without having to worry about that cannon. So a little bit quicker than the other layout. I should have been way quicker altogether, but I think, yeah, we got another win. Philip DC78, I think, is a player that I've talked to a little bit, and if so, GG's to you. I think it's a super good dude, but there's a couple Philips, I think, out there, so if it's the right Philip, GG, and if not, then take it, I do suppose. Anyways, that is going to be it for me on the video. Super, super lucky that the 2 layouts I got to show at the same time. That's the first time in a little bit I've seen that top layout, and I'm very curious. Philip, if you're out there, please do comment. Let me know if you're planning on going 8 or if you're going to stick at 7. I have bought the Boom Pass. Is it on my other account? Because I could not let myself go without getting that beautiful, beautiful, where is it? That gunboat. Let me know if you've also got it. We are back at the desk. We are here in 4K. Lots and lots of good things going on. It is summertime here. Do consider code ZMOT in that shop. Otherwise, I shall talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOT, also known as a non-moose. Like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in. Peace.